Hello, my dears. I feel bad, but I gotta tell you guys the whole dream situation of like each short. I should have did like a part 1 and part 2 of them. There's gonna be more coming up. But basically, the first one, if you guys seen it, I was explaining to Piero and Harley Quinn because I was somehow in the freak circus, and I was somehow explaining to them the whole drama with everything. And then after I woke up from that, like the whole thing like explains it, and I have explain like something. I have a comment that explains everything that I did. But anyway, this the second short that you might see in my video is that that was what we're like. It resumed to the back to the dream again, and so I woke up and I was like, oh my god, like I might actually have like attachment issue with piano and them, and that like, bro, I full on was like so weirdly comforted by these two, and so I 2 days ago, so four. Okay, so the first day was the first short that was explaining my dreams. The second short was the second day. This third one was the day before yesterday. I was same thing, still same dream, and I was really comforted by like all the members, and I was like, and then I felt like a huge pain in my chest. Like, I don't know why it's resorting to me having like an episode or like a mental breakdown, but I was having a mental breakdown, and I was like explaining to them that like I'm afraid that my dad, because I don't talk to him that much because he hasn't called me or anything, but like I was telling him that I was afraid of what he might think of me if I told him that I was transgender and I was dating a girl. And then it was all the crew, the whole circus members. Jester walks up to me, not walks up, but like sits closer to me, wraps his arm around my shoulder, rubs it. It was like, if he doesn't love you and if he doesn't accept you, I can be your father figure, or ticket taker, or doctor. Like, we can be your father figures. If he accepts you, we still love you. Oh my god, I was in tears in that dream. I was so freaking happy and also sad. Like, oh my god. And then Ticket Taker was like a freaking role model. Like, bro. And I was like, he's like, oh, well, yeah, like what Jester's saying, if he doesn't love you for who you are and like all that stuff, then we can be your father figures. And I will spoil you to the end of time. And I was in my dream, and these are like what do you call them? Not verbal, lucid dreams. So I could like control what I'm doing and stuff. And I hugged Jester and Ticket Taker, and I was like, I freaking love y'all. Like, in tears. And I was okay. This is how I was saying it in tears. I was like, oh my god, I love you guys. And they hugged me back. And then Doctor just hugs me. And I don't know what my dream was doing to me, but it made Doctor sound like a gosh dang bird or like a freaking cat or something that purrs. And he was like comforting me with that, and I was like, oh my god, ain't no way. Oh, And then that happened. And so, um, and so yesterday, my dream, it was same thing, resumed the whole thing. Like, it was like I was living a life that I could have been in if I was in the game. Piero was walking with me, like around the circus, and I see a huge snow leopard plushie that I used to have when I was little, before YouTube, before I moved to Helena. But I was like, Piero, I used to have that when I was little, and if I didn't move. He's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, it was like my childhood best friend to me when half of my friends didn't want to hang out, and that one of them sadly took in their own life. Sorry if this triggers anyone. I should have warned y'all. But yeah, he just like bought it for me, and I was like holding it like a little girl, and I don't know if this lucid dream actually made me look like a little girl, but Pietro kneeled down and was like, you're the brightest thing that ever happened, and that I'm super grateful that you're here. Oh, I'm trying not to make myself cry because these were all emotional dreams. But yeah, and I was like, don't make me cry. And he's like, it's already too late. You're already crying. And I was like, dude, stop. And we were like playfully arguing, and then like, I don't know how to tell time, but I'm just gonna say like an hour later, Harley Quinn shows up with rubber ducks, to be exact, like different ones, and then he had a little rubber ducks of all of them, and I was like, oh my god, ain't no way you got rubber ducks. Oh my god. Oh. And then Harley Quinn just like hugs me for like, I don't know how long. And I was like, oh. I'm trying not to make myself cry because all these dreams were so emotional. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, and then we like went into Jester's tent and we were playing Uno. And I felt Pio's arm wrap around my waist and then pull me close. And he's like, I'm so glad you're here and you're not dealing with all this drama. And I was like, yeah, man, me too. And then I woke up and I was so sad. And I was like, no. I was trying to sleep, go back to sleep, but then my mom was like, no, don't go back to sleep. And I was like, you don't understand. I was in a good dream. Like, bro. And I was in tears all day. All day, yeah. And I was like, you ruined it. And she's like, how? I was like, because you didn't let me go back to sleep. I could have had a good game going on. I could have won by Uno. It's just like, oh my god. I was so upset. I was in tears and I was like so angry. Oh my god. And then last night in that dream it made me look like I was in pain. I was badly hurt. I was like, it felt like I was beaten up or something. And the look in Pietro's eyes, I actually have a photo. Give me a sec. Yes, I have pictures. A lot of them. Where I have a certain one. Okay, Pietro had this face on it. And I was in tears. I was like, I don't think I can move on. Like, I don't think I can handle being alive. And he's like explaining, and he was like, don't. Like, you have so much to do, you have so much to say, you have a loving girlfriend. And I was like in tears. Oh my god, I'm trying not to make myself cry. And he was like, you can't leave. Like, you can't leave this world that you're in. It might be hell, yeah, but you can't leave the people that you care about. And I was like in tears, and I was like, Piano, I can't keep going. Like I need to go. Like, I can't deal with the pain. And he was like, Adam, please, please don't. You can't go. And I was like, don't. And he's like, he brings everyone and the others, and they comfort me. And they're like, just don't go. You have a loving girlfriend. You have a good life. You're doing so great. And I was still in tears, and I was like, I can't go on. Like, I need to go. And they kept fighting and fighting until I was like, okay, I'll stay. And they look at my arms in the dream, and they were like, did you do this to you? Did you do this to yourself? And there are self-harm scars on my arms, because I also have them in real life, and they're identical. And I was like, yeah, I needed to. And Chester hugs me and starts crying, and I felt so bad. So I was like, Chester, don't feel bad. And he's like, no, because you're hurting yourself, and I can't see. Oh my god, I'm already crying. He's like, no, I can't, because I'm worried for my baby girl. Okay, yeah, sorry, my phone shut off on me, but this is a part 2 to this. But he's like, no, oh my god, he was in tears, and that's like, Chester, your baby girl's right here. And he's like, I know, but you're hurting yourself, and I can't see what it is. And I was like, Chester, I'm okay. He's like, you're not. You're hurting yourself by doing it on her arms. And I was like, oh, Chester, I know. But he's like, but you need to stop. And I was like, oh, okay. And Taker and Doctor and the whole crew just hugged me. And they were comforting me, saying so many things. And I woke up in tears again. And I was like, I could not even stay awake. I kept falling asleep, trying to fall asleep, but I couldn't, because I drank the energy monster. And I was in, oh my god, I felt so bad. Oh, okay. Well, that's the whole story of all my dreams that I've been getting till now. But yeah, I hope y'all like and subscribe and hit the notifications. And I hope this did not trigger anyone. There's some trigger warnings in this video, like self-harm, suicide, things that need to be talked about. So I hope none of y'all do that to yourself. Please be safe. And yes, your one and only true acrobatter and noble storyteller is going. Mwah. Goodbye, my circus freaks.